Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Fatesworn with me, Brigand. So I turn on the music even further. It's probably between 10 and 15%. And honestly, I don't even hear a difference. I don't think the volume slider does anything for the music. It's like an all or nothing slider. And I don't want to mute it because I think the music's pretty good.
Hello there.
I'm just going to talk a little louder. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
The Westroad is a mess.
Alright, we're going to stick to the southern edge of the map here. Clear it out before we head north. Okay, somebody also wanted to see my build, which it's just a pure my build. It's nothing fancy. I do more damage, take less damage. I think there's some lifesteal sprinkled in there. Oh, there's even a stun chance. And increased damage to stun enemies. We'll take a look at the abilities here in a second. Once I know that the crabs to my left here are safe. Alright, yeah, so I only have points invested into Might. Brutal Weaponry 1 through 4 just gives us bonus fate from using special attacks. Comet Strike, Whirlwind, and Minotaur Rush, Phantom Edge, Guillotine, and Spinebender. Horizon Edge and Gravedigger, and then Riposte, Gut Thrust, and Crushing Blow. Longsword Mastery, Hammer Mastery, and Greatsword Mastery give you bonus physical damage and bonus regular damage. Concussive Force, plus 80% damage versus stunned enemies. Bulwark, 7% chance of stunning your attacker every time you get hit with a melee attack. A Harpoon, pull enemies from 14 meters away and deal 35 physical damage and 20 piercing damage. Skillful Defense, plus 40% damage mitigation while blocking. It also gives you Shield Bash, a charge into enemies from a defensive stance to safely open them up to further attacks. Party Constitution gives you 26%, or plus 26% health, and then plus 20% elemental resist. Adrenaline Surge, a 90% chance to trigger when health falls below 25%. Restores 20% of your health. You get 95% damage for 10 seconds. 300 second cooldown. A Power Strike, plus 35% chance to critical hit while Adrenaline Surge is in effect. Quake, each Quake hit does 72 to 114 physical damage. Aftershock, Quake does 60% more damage and adds a 40% chance for a 5-second stun on to the final hit. Increases the mana cost as well. Then Wrath, jump skyward, hurling nearby enemies along with you into the air and slamming them back down, button mash to increase damage. Each Impulse of Wrath does 85 physical damage. Final hit does 720 physical damage. Relentless Assault grants a short-term resistance to interruption at the expense of armor, allow you to shrug off blows while taking slightly more damage. It lasts 30 seconds and no longer reduces your armor at the current level. Vengeance gives you a 25% chance to reflect damage back at attackers while Relentless Assault is active. And Bloodlust gives you a plus 20% chance to steal 35 health while Relentless Assault is active. Then Warcry reduces enemies' damage by 60% for 20 seconds and knocks them down. Then Terror reduces enemy armor by 80% and a 30% chance to cause panic. And that's it. Oh wait, no. Is that it? I didn't read this. That's right. So Battle Frenzy, go into Berserker Rage, dealing greater and greater amounts of damage with each enemy you defeat in a short time. At the current level, plus 100% total damage for your 6 consecutive kill. The Battle Frenzy buff lasts 20 seconds, each kill resets the duration. This is my Glowing Hands ability. And then Stone Skin, plus 28% physical and piercing damage resistance during Battle Frenzy. And then Celerity, plus 20% attack speed while in Battle Frenzy. So while it's active all the time, in order to proc it, I need to get a kill in combat. So whenever I kill somebody, you'll see a little buff pop up to the right-hand side of the screen. Oh, this is better. By quite a bit. Might be time to replace my hammer. That's a nice change of pace, too. We haven't used a Prismere weapon in quite some time. Ziddy or Ziddy's shoes? Oh cool, you summon a Boggart whenever you land a spell. Or a Boggart Zealot, if you have all 5 pieces. A masterly crafted set of armor worn by the Alfar scholar Ziddy, who believed that mortals should live in harmony with wild fae. Unfortunately, he was wrong. Ziddy was clobbered to death by unruly Boggarts, and his remains devoured by Barghests. Oh, it's a quest, cool. The Druid's armor. Oh, it's loot here. Did I? This is also better, but I'm not gonna swap it up because I'm getting the +2 to might abilities for my Kingly Shield. I think that is better than anything else. Plus the skills is definitely worthwhile. It's not like I'm really taking damage from these enemies anyway. I wonder if they changed that too. It's something I need to look into. Because previously you could only get +2 to all of your skills if they're at max level. Like if you could put 5 points into an ability, you can only get up to 7. Anything above that would be wasted.
The Westroad is a mess.
Welcome to the Westroad. Welcome to the Westroad.
Got a second? Hello, hi, yeah, do you have a few moments? I'm looking for someone. Anyone, frankly. We seem to be in a bit of trouble. Our caravan has been attacked, you see, and we're searching for an extra hand. Preferably that hand would be holding a sword, or a hammer. A bow is fine too. We're not picky, really.
Let's shop first. The Guardian Greaves. Hide for armor. It's me block efficacy and pierce resist. The Guardian is the card of faith, truth, and those that stand against adversity. Those mortals fated with the image of the Guardian will stand against their foes to the end. Well, I think it's one of the new sets, so we'll go ahead and grab it and start working our way towards it. Mithros.
These old chasm passes have been closed to traffic for years, ever since the war, when the Tuatha caused the avalanches. But life goes on and trade resumes, and here we are bringing trade back to one of the most ancient of trade routes.
Revival.
That mess of tents is practically its own village. Has a mayor, a warden, and even its own insane profit. The longer they keep the gates shut, the bigger revival will become.
Forsworn.
The mountains are a dangerous place. Look at the caravan attack. Everyone should have protection if they can afford it. I was lucky enough to find these 2 pledge shields. What with the Niskaru attacks, good mercenaries are hard to come by.
What happened to the caravan?
Ambush. Not sure of much else. Pledge shield Bolton was the only passenger, and we haven't seen her since it happened. It's as though the attackers knew those wagons carried our supplies. Food, clothes, tents, weapons. Most of it was ours, but we carried a whole load of goods for the revival camp ahead. They desperately need that cargo. Listen, we have one more pledge shield with us, Oscar Grunberg, but he needs to stay behind to guard the rest of the wagons. Would you be willing to investigate the scene of the attack? I'd split a share of the spoils with you.
Yeah, I'm willing to help.
Thank Lyria. I'll be ruined if if we lose those supplies. This will work perfectly. Pledge Shield Grunberg will stay here to watch over the remaining settlers and their wagons. Meanwhile, you can descend the canyon and check to see if there's anything we can salvage. And hopefully we'll learn what happened to Pledge Shield Bolton. Keep safe. There isn't much to report up here. We're trying to keep ourselves safe from further attacks. See you soon.
Where's this pledge shield at? Can I speak to him? Yeah, there's Grunberg. Maybe I had to swim this way. I'll have to go back and look at that. Let's talk to Grunberg first, and then we'll see about going down there. We're gonna have to go for the quest anyway, so maybe it connects... I don't think so. It's like a dead end. No, maybe it's not. Okay.
Sorry, this isn't a good time to chat. We've had to increase security around the Burns caravan.
Caravan supplies.
What was in the wagons? Oh, I don't know. The usual goods, I think. Don won't say much about the cargo, only that we should keep our nose out of his business and do our jobs. So that's what I do.
Pledge shield Grunberg.
I'm a farm boy, really. Started in Odorath, moved to the plains of Rathir and spent years as a migrant. Only joined up with the Westroad in the last few months. More work for fighters than farmers these days.
Settlers.
I'd be out there myself if I could. These mountains hold opportunity for anyone who has the bravery to seek it. Maybe I'll start a homestead of my own once I've stashed away enough coin. Watch yourself.
Alright, let's go check out... Let's shield Bolton. There's a whole thing back here.
Oh. Aren't you a welcome sight? I thought I was a goner. Did Grunberg send you? I owe him 10 coin. Bastard was right. Kobolds. There's a nest of the angry buggers back in the mountainside. Somebody needs to see to it, or there'll be more blood. If you're willing to patch me up, I could tag along. I promise I won't slow you down. Too much. Bye. Well, I'm gonna let you lead. I'm in no condition to take the vanguard.
Caravan supplies.
Master Burns told us they were food and medicine for the refugees of the camp up ahead. But I have my doubts. I saw a lot of crates when I was down in that kobold hole, and they were weapons, not food or medicine.
Oh, he's smuggling stuff for the Chaos guys. Crownhold.
Stories say it's an Almain city, or the ancestors of the Almain, the Mitharans. Maybe the stories are true, maybe not. I've never been to the city before, so I'm hoping to see something grand.
Donovan Burns.
Now, he's smart, that's for certain. Smarter than me. Unlike a lot of these settlers, he seems to have a plan, to have it all worked out. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running the place by the time we reach Crownhold.
Pletchfield Bolton.
I joined the Westroad only a week ago. Can you believe it? The candles on my birthday cake were still smoking when I hurried to the local tavern to enlist. Bye.
Alright, let's hope you see many more years. There's also this down here. Let's do the quest first.
Get lost!
I think it was a missed opportunity not to add spears as a weapon type for players to use in this expansion.
Oh, I owe you my life. People are always talking about the hero of Melsenshire, but I'd much rather have you beside me.
Hey, that's me. Twice.
Bye.
Like, should let her know that she can have it both ways.
Yeah?
Alright, let's go down here and explore before we go talk to Burns again.
My first day on the line. Captain ordered me and Proudhome to scout the ridge, to search for Tuatha. No Tuatha, not that I could see. But mountains. Mountains as far as sundown. Proudhome grinned through the mist. Welcome to the Westroad, he said, his gold tooth glinting.
Alright, not a very intimidating bunch of enemies. Get to that one, I have to go back up top, it looks like. Simple enough.
Yeah?
Go talk to this guy again with the really cool name.
Behave.
People call him Don.
I had a feeling about you. You had the bright glow of opportunity. Here's the payment I promised. Now that I've got my supplies back, I can sell them to the highest bidder. Oh, did I say they were for the refugee camp? Oh, my mistake. No, I plan to sell those goods to desperate refugees at ridiculously high prices. I'll make a fortune. All thanks to you. Bye-bye. I've made a killing on those supplies you recovered for me. We should go into business together.
Donovan Burns.
Well, you know the truth now. I'm a shameless, profiteering scum. But in Amalur, the only way to survive is to take the low road. I get people what they need, but not always how they want it. What are you going to do about it?
See if you have new supplies now.
Bye-bye.
Alright, well, let's go across the bridge here. Randy Walsh. So it looks like there's a boss over here. All the named characters are boss enemies. I am going to use my Reckoning mode to take care of. Give them all the equal opportunity to go out with a bang. Also, these guards are facing the wrong way.
You're going down.
All the way back over here. Before it wears off. There we go. Perfect. Spoilers gloves. Let's see, landing a ranged attack increases your damage. Landing a ranged attack summons an ice wolf. Your arrows are refilled whenever your ice wolf lands an attack. That's really cool. I think it's very ranger thematic as well. Scuffed and worn, this elaborate armor is believed to have been worn by members of the Mitharan resistance, those who have recently taken up arms against the chaos occupation of Mithros. These brave men and women survive for months at a time in the harsh mountain wilderness. And Randy Walsh's token. This item belongs to the deadly headhunter Randy Walsh. I can turn it into Warden Rask and Crownhold for a reward. Well, neat. I'm curious how the leveling up is going to go, since I had previously all my stuff maxed out.
Motus report. Entry 41B. Scholar Cruikshank reporting. Put this on the top of your pile, Fulmerus. Expedite it. Fold down the topmost corner. You don't want to lose it. You were right. The veil is thinning here, worn down to barely an onion skin. Reality is all but threadbare. Send workers immediately. Scribes and engineers. There is much to be done.
Alright, so we get a point here. Dispelling, Yeah, we'll go this route. Do I get more points out of this? I have 3 points available. I guess I have to put it into another skill tree. Making sure they didn't add extra levels. Yeah, well, let's see. I am using chalk rooms. There's a toggleable ability here somewhere. Where is it at? This one, Envenomed Edge. Gives you a chance to poison enemies, so I might just go for this. There's nothing here I really want to invest in. I'm gonna think on this. No, fine. I'll go ahead and pick this. I'll just get this. How many points? I need 5, right? Yeah, 5 points. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna grab this. I'm gonna keep this. Okay, well, cool. Alright, I was wondering how they're gonna handle that. So I guess everyone kind of becomes a, well, I wouldn't say like a full universalist, but that's what you start working towards. There's only 10 more levels. It's level 50. So you'll be able to max out everything, but it's a start.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome to the Westroad.
More settlers. The crabs, don't mind me. So the big enemies like this, you have to do about 10% of the health, I think. Yeah, to break their type of armor. They take reduced damage and they're not staggered until you break that hyper armor. Alright, clear out these guys and we'll go up and grab that chest and we'll probably call it an episode there. If there's anyone to speak to in this little area, we'll speak to him in the next one. Well, since we're up here.
Dear Pa, another day, another disappointment. I spent days here in the camps, languishing, waiting for the Chaos King to bring us through to his promised land. Disease, hunger, crime. It's almost as if I brought the Phalans with me. You were right. It pains me to say it, but you were right. This was a mistake. Love, Peter.
Alright, so none of these settlers are anything to talk to. Roadside shack. There's also this area, the Wallows. So I'm not going to explore any dungeons
Westroad
until
is a mess.
I've reached the end of an area. Then I'll go back through because there's usually quests associated with them. To avoid having to go back through dungeons a second time, I'll hold off on exploring them until I'm sure that there's not gonna be a quest for it. All right, well, let's just take a peek inside. Might be someone to talk to inside. son of Laz. Alright, so this is going to turn into a whole thing. I've read this one, right? Yeah, pretty sure we've read this one in the base game. Read this one as well. Research notes. Notes on the research professor for Morris Hughes. Revivification number 11. Subject needed to be strapped to the table. Despite recent death, body continued spasms, brief eye rolls, and respiratory signs. No heartbeat. Professor Hughes wishes to remove the necro crystals. He believes they are reacting negatively with the well's source of magic. A necro crystal showed great promise on their own, yet the side effects prove more than enough to disqualify the crystals as a power source. Remember to retain the subjects from the previous subjects for additional autopsy in the secondary wells. Remind Gurin. Necrocrystal supply low. Professor Hughes expects future shipments from our contacts with the travelers. Mithros unsafe. A visit from Professor Desalini. He asks many questions. Advised that we forego necrocrystals in favor of practices of advanced necromancy. Professor Hughes refused. Okay. So this is turning into a whole dungeon, so I'm going to call it here. In the next episode, we will go through here and see what awaits at the end. It seems like nothing good. Is there a chest in here? Yeah. Alright, but for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys. Oh! Alright, well, I guess they want to fight. I can't wait till next episode to get killed. Again. Oh, that's right. They're gonna come back up, aren't they? I see what's going on here. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.